The first thing I ask someone is like, says who? Let's say you're looking at your relationship, um, and you're saying, "Oh man, nobody loves me or nobody cares about me." This is generalized across a lot of my sessions, right? Nobody loves me, nobody cares about me. I have to work for acceptance, things of that nature. The first thing I ask someone is like, says who? Who says that you have to do that? Who says that you have to earn love, And then what that does is because the thing about a negative belief, you know, it doesn't really stand up very well to scrutiny. Those negative beliefs you have about yourself, your self-worth, they don't really stand up well to scrutiny because they're not based in reality. What they're
For
based in is
some,
you have what they're based in, you have certain events that you've painted that way. We'll get to reframing later on, but you have to remember that your reality and your experience is based off your perception. It's like you take the information in and you give it a meaning. And so what I do is start having them challenge that. Like, is that true? Is that accurate? Is it really that way? Nobody loves you. Nobody cares about you. And you start asking those questions. Like, so nobody in your entire life has ever cared about you. And I've yet to find a person that says, that's right. Objectively
yep.
speaking, no one's ever cared about me. They always say, well, there was this one person or there's this person. And then the list comes, right? So then the negative belief, I was one question in and I was able to poke it and bust it, right? And so now we get to more conversation. Well, what are these relationships like? What did they do? How did they show you they cared? Things of that nature. Negative beliefs don't hold up well to scrutiny. So simple question is that true? Is that 100% objectively true? The answer is always going to be no, and it forces us to start thinking, well, shoot, it's not true 100%. I might feel that way, but I've
Right.
internalized it that way.